Hello and welcome. I'm Bill Wake. We're here working on a Tune Similarity program written in Swift. We've come a fair ways. We are able to create a parsons code. Whoops, hang on. Sorry about that. All right, anyway, we're able to handle a parsons code, which sort of shows the shape of a melody. And now we're kind of working through a realistic ABC file, which is the input format, and trying to just get through a big file and, ignore the stuff we don't care about at this point. I think there's stuff we're going to come back and care about more later, but for now, we're not interested in, say, the rhythms or anything like that. So the rule is that in the middle of describing the tune, you can change some things like the time signature or the key signature or miscellaneous other things, put the lyrics in and so on. These are called instruction lines, and we're going to work today on getting rid of those. Okay, so I made a picture. I don't know how helpful this will be. Let's see if I can zoom in a little. Okay. The format of a file, the full format is, it optionally starts with an ABC with maybe some stuff after that, a version number and so on. Then there's a file header, optional, which consists of a number of lines followed by a number of optional blank lines. And then we get into the body of the file. You can have a free text section, which could be like HTML tags or things like that, or followed by blanks, or a tune. And a tune has its own format. The tune header consists of an X, one or more titles, a bunch of other possible lines, and the key. And then from there on, you're in the tune body. It's kind of, well, anything non-blank is a candidate anyway. And there are comments that look like blanks or something. But for the most part, it's the letters, the notes of the tune. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and rhythms, and lots of other indications. Or you can put header lines. Well, they're not header lines anymore, but you can put instruction lines. So if I put a new K, I can change the key signature partway through the tune. Or a Q, I can change the timing. Or a W, I can tell you the lyrics. And right now we don't accommodate those. And when you run on this realistic file, well, real file, it reveals the places where we don't handle that. So we have several things that aren't quite up to snuff. Let's see if I can, let's just run this. But I would say most of them correspond to these problems around the tune lines. There are others. There's some things about rests getting durations, and I don't know what all else, but we can see. So we have this file, comes from Fiona Potts with about 35 variations of Deck the Halls. We'll put that in, generate the report, and we'll get the parsons code out of it. Let's see, let's scroll this back. Over here, okay. And you can see the shape of the melody, Deck the Halls, da 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 da. Okay. Da 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 da. Okay, so you can see that the tune shape is there. But we have in our console, we keep track of the errors. And we had about, 4 or 5 times as many errors. We've been knocking them through. But here's one expected note, but I found a Q colon. Ooh, okay. Unexpected character. This is a line continuation marker. W is lyrics, another continuation line, and lyrics, and another title line. Okay, and then this is I think these two are both rests that don't know that slash is a time indication. Okay, so X slash is sort of the same as X slash 2, which means half as big as the default size. So here L 1/8, A slash would be a 16th note instead of an 8th note. Okay, we do that for regular number or letter notes, but we don't do it for rests yet. All right, but I think the big thing we see is like this, all those W's, WW, and to some extent the T, they're all lines that are in this the pattern of our file. Okay, so let me go back here, and so that tune body, it can have a Q line or an L line or lots of others. In particular, Q and W are the two we see in this file, and so we need to handle that. Well, what we have, it's sort of let's see, all that's the two things you can have: free text or tunes, and they repeat. Okay, and blank lines at the end, optional. Okay, blank lines separate, but they're not required at the end of the file. Okay, this is a state machine that corresponds to the sort of regular expression on the left. %ABC is optional, so it's that or epsilon, meaning empty. And then we can have a file header, or it can be empty. And then over here is the free text, and all this is the tune. Okay, so we have a state here for skipping blank lines, and then eventually you hit an X, or free text, but we're going to focus on X, and then the titles, then the others, then the key, and then notes and instruction lines. Okay, we don't handle this arc. And we don't handle, I don't think we handle this arc around the repeated T's, and I don't know what we do with these, but I think we probably just ignore them. All right, so we have a state machine here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 states related to tunes, and we have a state machine in ABC parser. Let's see down here. And this one, let's see, there's a little type for it somewhere. Not there. Parse state. Let's move this down closer to where we're using it. Fine tunes. Okay. So our parse state, we have 4 states. The full diagram has 5 states, and the complete diagram has 8 or 10, whatever it is. The fact that we have that like this is an indication we're not supporting everything we need to. Okay, so what I want to do then, I think I basically want to tackle this corner from here down, this skip blanks down and to the right. Let's handle the whole format for tunes. We probably should go back and do the others at some point, but this will get us going. All right, so the names I have here don't match the ones over there. I don't even know if I can read the name here. This one is skip blanks. I think this is tune start, titles, tune other, tune header, and found key. I don't know, probably a better name for that, but maybe the look for idea is the way to go. All right. Let's see. So parser. Okay. Now this state machine, it's tough. I don't know. Is it the best way to do this? I don't think it's bad. I mean, but there is this, the question is sort of like there's this overall grammar, and how are we representing that? The grammar of all the lines together, and this machine is basically doing that at a minimal level. Okay, so we have look for X. I think this is really more like the skip blanks. Okay. So we're at this point, and we're looking for an X, and we're just going to skip until we get it. I don't even know. It might not even be skipping non-blank lines, but look for X is really what I've called skip blanks, and I think, well, what would be a better name for the two concepts together? Look for content. I think that's probably more what it is. Okay. I'm going to rename it. Look for content. Probably should redraw my thing too. All right. If the line starts with an X, then we are going down the right hand side. Okay, and then we got require T. Yeah, the only thing. Okay. Yeah, require T is probably a good name for this state. Okay, and then if we find it. Okay, so we set our state to require T. If we don't find it, then there's a problem, right? Well, this is weird, isn't it? Okay, so we look for the T. We try the title parser, but we're just sort of assuming it's there. Okay. Well, I mean, I think we need to go into a state that allows more titles. That's clear, because the titles have to come before any of the other content. There aren't a lot of rules about what order, but that's one of them. Okay, so require K, I think we got a test in a new state. But I also think there's a test missing here. This says require T, and then you come back around. You've got a line, and then you try the title parser. Well, if the title isn't there, something's off. So I think we're missing a case. Let's see. Maybe we're going to do this one first. Okay. I think we're missing a case. X colon K colon etc. where the title is missing. Let's say it that way. Okay, this code definitely just assumes it's there and then goes ahead and adds it and all that stuff. And then it doesn't allow multiple titles. Okay. Now require K. If it contains line dot first. Okay, this is the lines we're ignoring. Okay, that's fine. Otherwise, we try key parser. Oh, I guess if we fail, we escape. Okay, so that covers that. All right, so that case is there. Let's find the test for it. Check successful parse T colon. Check errors get caught. T title. Well, we should probably find one with. I think we should put that case in. I don't think we have it here. Okay. Let's do that. Oh, let's make sure everything runs, and then we can push what we have and then do that. Getting sloppy. Oh, test fails. One failure. I don't know if this is something we... Key name F sharp tune. The tune is not matched. Okay. Didn't remember we left off with a failing test. Okay. G2G4. Yeah, we had some issue. What was it? Oh. Was it spaces? No, we... This is bar lines without spaces, I think. Okay. Let's see if we, I mean, we allow blanks here. Oh, we had an issue. Oh, let me just make sure this is not the issue we had. So, the one we worked on last time, there was a weird character in the file. It's this byte order mark non-breaking space thing, and we don't know why it got there. Okay, so I just want to make sure there's nothing like that in this line. They should both fail if it's a real problem in the code. Okay, and they both do. Okay. Oh, that's $1. No, I just typed that, didn't I? Let's make sure. One failure. Okay, I think it's like a totally illegal character. Oops. Well, we can take that whole line. Actually, X might be better. Oops. Okay. Maybe OD minus C would be better. Oh, there it is. FEFF. Okay. We don't handle that. Oh, interesting. Okay. It's almost there when I paste. Yeah, it knows it's in there. Okay. Let's just add that as a future test. Ignores byte order mark. Okay. And I'm going to ignore this test. This. And then is it here? Somewhere. I forget how I ignore a test. There's a way to convince the IDE to do it. Okay. Well. All right. It's a thing we want to do, but I just can't get too excited about it at the moment. Restore and fix, ignore test, bomb, whatever. Okay, missing case. Let's run those tests again. Okay. Ignore tests with bomb in quotes and rename state. Good. Okay. And all right. So we want to get this case in for T missing. And we need to find some error cases. I think we put those pretty early. I don't know. This file's getting kind of big. Successful parse. Okay. Error gets caught. Okay. Okay, now this should already pass. Missing title after X. All right, so X27. This line is legal, and that's legal input. Okay, and I think we're going to say expected T found K. It could be line 3. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. And modulo the error message and location, I think this should pass. Okay. Expected T found K:G. Okay, that's fine. All right, now I have to really look. Okay, line 3, column 1, expected T found A. Wait. Line 2, column 1, expected T found A. Yeah, okay, we get 2 messages. I don't think that's relevant to the test. Let's just take that one out. Wow. Oh, and that is line 2 now. Yeah, okay. Golly. I should just run it and take the answer, huh? Okay. Test that T line is required after X. Okay. Now, the way we handle the T, we add it to there. That's fine. We've already got a structure that can add multiple titles, but we don't have a structure that, or we don't have a format that lets us put the title in twice. Okay, so let's see what we had. 101 check key signature, check successful parse, value, expected. Okay, I think let's find a usage of this. Well, we need one that's more doing the whole sequence of stuff. This one's probably good. Check tune parsing. Okay. That doesn't let us insert multiple tune lines. Okay. Well, we can kind of build off it. That's more in the notes. Well, can I? Let's extend this one a little bit and just make it a little more aware. Simple song. Let's just put the other title in there. And I think just to prove this is okay. Let's do that. And then the title. And then it should strip out spaces. Okay, one song following file header, one simple song. All right, this should now fail because we can't have 2 T lines. Okay. And the title, but we expected alternate title as well. Okay, so now we're back in here. All right, so state require T. I think our new state, let's see. I think it's just going to be titles. Gather titles. Yeah. Okay, so To get this passed, I'm going to add this case gather titles. And instead of require K, it's going to be gather titles. And then in gather titles, oh, right. Well, if they're there, I don't think I have to have that break, but that's okay. If it's there, go ahead and add it. But the problem is if it's not a title, right? We're kind of in this situation. If the line starts with a T, we want to go there. We want to stay there. Okay. But if it's another, we have to do something else with it. So it could be a K, it could be an other. So I think we're going to duplicate and then adjust. All right. But if line starts with T colon, that's when this one kicks in, and we stay in the same state. I don't think we need to say that. Okay. So we parse the line and then add it. Okay. And then otherwise, well, it's really this. I don't know. We're going to skip over irrelevant lines. And then else if it starts with K colon, we have to do this stuff. Okay. And the state here should change. If we don't find a T, we need to go into require K, which I want to rename, but that's okay. All right. I mean, I think this gets us back where we were. It adds this new bit, and then if it contains something that's an ignorable like Q, we switch over to looking for the key because we know we don't have more than one title. And if it does start with a K, then we set the key and start looking for notes. All right, that sounds okay to me. I don't know, it's kind of a biggish step in a way. One failure. Error gets caught. Okay. So this had no errors. We had X, we had title. We had O. Yeah, we left out that last case, didn't we? Okay. If we're looking for a title, We find it, that's good. If we find a 9 we know to ignore, that's good. If we find a K line, that's good. But if we find a line otherwise, well, I mean, I think we're at the case where we just have an unknown line. Let me look in our chart here. Let's see if we might be doing one of these things where we take a shortcut and it's actually covered by this. Somewhere there's a table. Yeah, right here. Oh, okay. I picked E because it's not legal. I think we just had to say this is an unknown field, unknown information field. Yeah. Okay. And I think our test really should reflect that. Is it that we expected a K? I don't think that's a great message. I mean, I think this is really unknown information field. And we found E colon. I think that's a more accurate message. The fact that we were expecting a K when we found it is not really super relevant. All right, this test still fails because we don't do anything about this, but okay. But let's take this part of the message, and I think we're basically let's go check parse it. But I think it's just doing a throw parse error. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully he has remaining. Put that there, I guess. Okay. Looks for this. Gather title of that. Okay. Let's do a throw parse error remaining start index, but the message is unknown information field. Okay. Let's see how this does. Can't find remaining. I think that's just line at this point. Cannot convert string index, aka index to expected argument type int. Well, it really is this. Because we know we're at the start of a line because we looked at the front of it. We don't know what to do with it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Handle repeated titles. Okay. Now, I don't know for my tests. Missing title, good. Okay. There's now a distinction. This is more kind of trying to reduce some duplication. If okay, let's fix this name. Okay, because this was titles. I think now we're in Tune Header. This is maybe where we don't have, I don't know. Okay, so titles, if we found a K, then we're going to go on to the notes. Okay, and I think this is, well, the other word for this is tune body. I don't think that's what I wrote there, but I think that's a good name. This is the tune header up here. Okay, so let's change that name. InTune body. Okay, so if we're ignoring, we go to require K. Is that consistent? If we're ignoring, this is not a K. It's really, okay, we got the T. We found the K. Did we do the right thing there? If we find the K, we go to InTune body. That skips down to that last thing. If we don't find a K, this is not, I mean, this is InTune header. Okay. Okay, so we're in the tune header. Now, if we're in the tune header, if the count is 0, so if we get a blank line, we break, but we're still in tune header. That's probably not right. Okay, if we get the K, we're in the tune body. All right. I think here, if the line count is 0, I mean, that's sort of the same as well, yeah, we're in the tune header. You can't have blank lines in there. You've got to be either tune header lines or a key line, and you're required to have a key line at the end. So that's actually an error, that case. Okay. We've seen X, but T is missing. Okay, I think we've dealt with that. Well, we got refactor, rename states. Okay. All right. Okay, if you're in the tune header and you see an instruction line, basically, the ignore is not super relevant. I think it's just how about instruction line starts? Okay, so if we look like we're in an instruction line, we're going to stay in the tune header. Basically, semantically, we just skip it. If we're in the K, we find the K, handle it, and go in the tune body. If the line count is 0, okay, let's lock this one in. Okay, if the line is empty, I think we've made a mistake. And if the line is not one of these things, we've made a mistake. And we don't have a test for that either. So I think our tests need to be, I don't know, can we give this? Let's make a checker method out of this. It's a little awkward, but I think our testing will improve with it. Okay, so this is check errors get caught. Okay, and we need the input. Input of type string, and expected is an array of ABC parse error. Okay, that's down here, so we don't need this. And this should be expected. Make sure that builds. And then this error is really unexpected, or what do we call it? Unknown. Okay, I think that's the right. And then expected is that, and then we're calling check. Errors get caught with input and expected. Okay, this test should still be good. Okay, and let's inline this. I don't think that's going to be too ugly. Okay, check error gets caught. And again. All right, so we've added a check method, and now it's easier to write these up to tests. Okay, so all right, so back here, okay, my claim was if the line is empty, I think that should be an error. And actually, the same thing up here, if it's not one we know about, we should be complaining. So we don't have that test where we have multiple titles. Well, does it matter if it's multiple titles? If we have a title and then a good line, if it's a bad line, the title state will catch it. Gather titles will catch it. But if we've gone farther into the tune header, there's nothing there to catch it. Okay, so I think that's our test. All right, so it's kind of a similar thing, just in a different state. And I don't know, the similarity there makes me wonder if we've got the best way to do this. But when looking for tune header. Okay, so let's put a line that is legal. Q colon, well, I don't know, L colon. I know that's 1/8. Okay. And then illegal line. We should get unknown information field. Okay, found that. Okay, that should fail. Well, it should pass, but it's going to fail, I'm pretty sure. Okay. And the reason is we're not doing the similar thing to what we're doing up here. Okay, so else Get titles. Here's the else. We don't have this. Else throw. So that should be caught. Whoops. Huh. Oh. Well, this should really be the same as this, I guess. Okay, and I think that should pass. What do I know? Line number is wrong. Okay. Line 4 is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Okay, and I want to flip the order a little bit here. Let's do this one first. Okay, so this is kind of getting us out. Okay, if line starts with that, else. Okay, let's make sure that's still good. Okay, and then I think this one is next. And we don't need the break here because we just exit the if and go to the break right away. So that's fine. Okay, so if it's a K, that's one thing. If it's an instruction line, we're going to stay in this state. I don't know, put one of my rare comments in, but ignore it. Okay. I've got K twice. Okay, now if line count equals 0, I think we have a problem. All right, let's make one like that. Oh no. So this one is going to be blank line. I think we'll put it here. Blank line. All right, so we're looking for tune header stuff. Let's put this line empty. How about expected non-blank line? And I think it's going to say found ... adequate. I don't know, not ideal, but I think it's reasonable for where we are. It's like we have to break this out into a separate thing if it's needs to be fancier. Boom. Okay. Yeah. Somewhere we've said, oh, we've assumed it's there. Yeah. Okay. So that's why this is sooner. Okay. Let's make it feel a little cleaner. Okay. Um, we failed. Let's see what the message is. Okay, and I should double check that line number. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah. All right, so we should be checking that separately. Throw ABC parse error. Line. Oh, wait. Let's do it this way. Okay. The message was expected non-blank line in tune header. Okay, expected non-blank line in tune header found. Expected non-blank line in tune header. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Bump. What's the matter there? I expected non-blank line in tune header. Expected non-blank line in. Oh, bound in. In tune header. Okay. And maybe that should come first after all that. Okay, I think so. Okay, if the line is empty, we throw an error. If it starts with a K, we do the K stuff. If it is an instructional line, we ignore it. And if it's a non-instructional unknown line, we complain. Okay, that should still be green. Now that suggests to me that we've got to worry about these other places too, though. Okay, so we got our required T. We must parse this. If it fails, it fails. So I think that one's okay. But this one, yeah, if the line is empty, we just ignore it, and we're supposed to be gathering titles. So let's check that one. All right, now this one, I think we can also do a check. Check errors get caught with input and this. Okay. Let's take this one. Okay. Blank line found when looking for tune header. Is that right? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so this one, T put the blank line here. Well, let's put it here. Whoops. Here, let's take this one out. Okay. And the error is, well, it's a lot like that other one. Expected non-blank line in tune header. Found empty. Okay, this test should fail. Okay, yeah, gather titles doesn't check for that. All right, so let's do like we did here. Well, these two states are so darn similar. Okay, take out this break. All right, let's run this. I'm gonna do some cleanup, but oh, did I get the line number wrong again? Sure enough. 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, it should be 3. Okay, and gather titles. Okay, T, I think we'll move this one down. All right. So if you find a T, okay, if it's empty, then there's a problem. If you find a T, then you do title stuff. If you find a K, do K stuff. Otherwise, if it's an instruction line, skip it and move to the real tune header searching, because we know we don't have titles anymore. And otherwise, we throw an error, and everybody ends without a break. Okay, good. Okay. Right. Okay. Now we're in the tune body. If we don't find, basically, if we find an empty line, then we're going back to look for content, which should be the starting stage, right? Look for content. Okay. And otherwise, we're expecting notes, so we're just going to try parsing notes and adding them on. Okay. All right, now how does that match up here? Okay, so I guess we got 2 paths that should get us into in the tune body. Okay, and we're ignoring the instruction lines for the moment. Let's make sure both paths exist. We've got that branch back to in state. I definitely have to redraw this. Okay. So InTune body, we want to make sure there's 2 paths in there. Here's one, and here's the other. Okay, good. Okay, so I think we are ready for this line, this this arrow. If you're in the middle of processing tune, looking for notes, you might also see these instruction lines, okay? And I don't know if we need to, well, in the chart here, what they've done, it's actually kind of clever. A through G indicate notes. So there's sort of an ambiguity, but basically these are not ones that you would put in the tune body. So they've sort of cleverly made sure that the ones that would have a conflict can't have a conflict. Okay, actually through H. So it's only I. Well, it's a subset. You know, this tune body header stuff is what should be represented. Yeah, I think we just need to, well, I shouldn't use the word just, but I think we need to make another table. Well, we should check this table, but all these should be tune headers, valid tune header lines, and these should be tune body lines. All right. I don't know, sources. Oh, that's a header kind of thing. Okay. So let's, I don't want to list all those. I just want to, I don't like tests that just say like every character that's in a thing is there. I don't want 100 tests for my possible HTML entity style names. Okay. I'm happy enough to do things by inspection where I can, but let's make sure this is a legit list. And I think we know it's not now because it started with C. Okay. One character decorations. Where are the... Well, I know Q is in that list. There can't be very many of these. Okay. Instruction line starts. These are not instruction line starts. They are tune header starts. Okay. And I'm basing that on this. So we know the list should be A through I. F, G, H, I. No K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. Okay, so L through S. N, O, P, Q, R, S. Small s, T, no, U, V, W, and Z. Oops. U, V, is it upper W? Upper W only. W, and upper Z. Okay, and this one is not in that list. Okay. Let's see if that test should all pass. Huh. Okay. Both these came up empty. Is E on that list? Oh, it is not. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I. Okay, good. I guess I'm testing it after all. Was D though, right? D was. A, B, C, D. F, G, H, I. We'll just put little breaks where these break. FGHI LM, oh, lowercase m as well. LM NOP QR lowercase r and s. LMM NOPQRRS UVW and Z. Put Z as on. Okay. That looks like the right set to me. Okay. Add full list of tune header starts. Okay. Now let's go find the usages and make sure they're all consistent with that. Tune header starts not in project. Come on. Oh, those tune header starts. Okay. Okay, this one's in the gather title state. Yes, those should do that. This one's in the gather or InTune header. Okay, yes, those are tune headers. Good. All right, now I think we have a successful parse to do. So this is errors. Okay, there's a simple song. Check tune parsing note lines. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about the body stuff in here, but I can definitely worry about the other ones there. Okay, so that's something different. Okay, so let's do function test. What are these called? Tune body instruction lines. No, information fields. Tune body information fields parsed but ignored. Oh, matched but ignored. Maybe try and use a less computery word. Matched and ignored. That's what we're doing with them right now. Okay, so if I do check tune parsing, and I think I want to put a multi-line thing. Well, let's make sure it's lining up. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Parsing parend. Okay. If I have ABC and then let's pick one that's strictly in the tune body. Okay, so, well, I can have a K. Key switches to F sharp. Okay. I can't have an O. So we'll have to check that tune header lines that aren't allowed in the body don't. Okay, here's one S line. We'll even just take the characters they use there. Tune title can be in there. Interesting. Okay, who would have thought? Yet another title. And the W, lowercase w. Lyrics aligned with the notes of a tune. Lyrics aligned with the notes of a tune. Okay. Nobody else is legal in the body, but not the header. And I guess we can take one that's legal in both. And then let's put some more notes and make sure we get them. All right, so we get all that. We should find ABCBA. And broken, is that a message? What? Okay, explanation. Yeah, let's go back. Whoops. All right, 3 is tune body information fields. Okay. So we've switched the key signature. We've added another title. That should fail, but it should be legal. Oh no. Okay. Here we are in tune body. Why? What? ABC key F sharp. I'm going to take a stop here and make sure we get what we think we do in there. Okay, and let's just see our input. Okay, so key G, new line, ABC, new line, all this stuff. Mark to ignore. Why did that pass? Parser, load line parser must be accepting them. All nodes parser and match optional spaces, or it's a bar line. I don't know why that would match. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, we'll step over this one, step into this one. I guess I want to break down here. InTune Header. We'll continue. What? Well, actually, I meant to break on InTune Body. All right, let's run again. Is that the right one? Let me run this. Make sure I'm running the right one. Okay, we'll skip that. All right, InTune Body. All right, let's see. Line. ABC. Good. All right. Step over. Parse it. Yep. Okay. Key F sharp. Alrighty. So if we look at result, we should just have the 3 notes. Okay, it's got the title, it's got the key, it's got the 3 notes A, B, C. Okay, so we'll step over. Now this, I didn't expect this to match. Note line parser with line. All right, let's print line again. Key F sharp. I'm going to step over. Oh, why did that test pass? No, something's screwy. Where's the test? Oh, it didn't mark it as a test. Wait, no, that's not a test. Where's our test? This should fail. What the heck? Okay, let's clear this. Run this test again. Oh, okay. This, all right. If I could remember things better, I would do better. What we've done is if stuff is not found, we just record the error. We don't stop the presses and do nothing. And that's intentional. We want to get as much as we can out of the file, but we do want to record the errors. However, this test really should be checking those errors. Okay, so let's go to check tunes parsing and let's make sure, and I may be finding other errors here with this. Is it result tunes dot error? No, tunes. What type is tunes? Array of tune. Does the parser have the error? parsers error count should be 0. Okay. Now let's run this test again. Is that this one? No. It's this one. Now this should fail. Okay. That failed. Good. Okay. Now run them all and hope none of the others fail. Because if they do, then... Okay. Body. Oh, this is the one that fails. Okay. Finally, we have a good failing test. All right. Whew. Okay. So now here I want to say... oops. Else if it's going to look like this stuff. It's tune body. What do we call those? Oh, we haven't made them yet, I don't think. Or did we? We did not. Tune body starts, I guess. Else if tune body starts dot contains. It just lined up first. Yep, lined up first. Then we want to ignore it. Okay. Else if this, just like we did up here with these, but now we need to get to the tune body starts. Okay, and now we need the table. All right, so it's I, K, L, M, little m, N. I, K, L, M, little m. Is that right? I, K, L, M, little m, and N. I guess I should do blocks of the table. Okay. P, Q, R, R. P, Q, R, R. And little s, T, U, V, W, W. Little s, T, U, V, W, little w. Okay. I, K, L, M, M, N. I, K, L, M, M, N. P, Q, R, R. Little s, T, U, V, W, little w. Little s, T, U, V, W, W. Okay. And then I think I want to do the same thing on the blocks here. I'll take A through, well, I don't know. I think I'm okay with what I have. All right, this should pass. Yay. Okay. Make the tune body. Ignore information lines. Good. And then, well, okay, the other lines, let's see. How have we dealt with that? All right, if you're in the body, skip the white space. If it contains the line we understand, deal with it. I think, well, most of the characters' notes will try and parse it, and then it will complain. And Notes was complaining even about the simple ones we had. So I think we're okay. One way or the other, it gets parsed, okay, because we got an else clause. And I probably should check else clause, one flow, so no else, but that's all there is. Okay, if line look for content, I think we're going to say ignore it. Otherwise, let's just be explicit. Ignore line. Okay. That may not be what we want to do in the long run. Whoops, where'd my diagram go? In the long run, we want to do this stuff up here, but we're not doing it in this stuff over here. We're just saying ignore everything until you see an X, because that's the first tune body thing. It's okay for now. I mean, we just care about the tunes. I don't think you can put tune content in the file header. It's not the kind of thing it is. All right. Well, we've gone a while. We're due for a break. Let's take a 3-minute break. And then I think at that point, let's see, we've done these two. We'll run it on the real code, and we should be getting down to just a few errors left. So 3 minutes, and then we'll come back and tackle those. We're getting there. Hey, welcome back. All right, let's run this on the real data. And if we've done it right, all those W's and all that should go away. All right. Okay, so we get the report. Let's see, go back this way. Yeah, so we're still getting a nice long song version. Okay, way too many notes for my taste, but it's there. Okay, and all this up here. Okay, the report's there. Now this, oh yeah, we're down to 2 different errors: the continuation on marker and the slash on the rest. Let's look at line 422. Yeah, Z slash and 449. I'm sure it's going to be the same kind of thing. 49 Z slash. Okay. Let's see. So, did I check everything in? Make sure I did. Well, apparently not. Okay. Explicitly ignore lines while looking for X. Tune start. Okay. So this backslash character, I'm going to do something simplistic for now. So let's find continuation. Continuation of input lines, yeah. Okay, so basically, goodness. Okay, input information fields can be done with colon, with plus colon. Comments are fine. Style sheets. Right. So this is one of those, they've made it just unnecessarily complicated. Line breaks in the code generate line breaks in the typeset score. Okay, you can suppress this with a backslash. Or you can ignore it. Okay. But basically what that says is a backslash is allowed at the end of a line. Okay. But there's a little weird thing because you can have backslash and then I think you can have a comment after it. Percent percent whatever as a comment symbol, right? This one we haven't dealt with. My goodness, I just don't want to. Okay. So that tells me we're going to have to do some other work when we get to handling that. Right. Ugh. Not recommended. Yeah, well, not recommended means it's still supposed to be supported. So it's like if you deprecate it, that's what I like to hear. Okay. Is it needed occasionally? Yes. Okay, I guess I believe that. This means we'll probably have to accept pluses in the front of a line, and semantically, well, for us, we're ignoring them, so maybe it doesn't matter too much, but in a full implementation that was like typesetting music or something, they would have to keep track and know that the plus should go on to the end of the last lyrics and not just on their own. Okay. But this is the more common case. You just have a backslash. Now, this is another. Okay, so the backslash in a way says don't split the line, because normally you would write these two measures and split them, only show the first two measures on the first line and split them on the next measure. This one says don't really split that measure. I'm gonna change the meter in the middle of the line and then split it. Okay, so we're just gonna start by allowing this at the end of our notes and ignoring it like we do so much else, because it doesn't matter to us how you format it on the page. We're doing music analysis, not textual formatting analysis. Okay, so parser test. Well, this is all note parsing, so let's go over to note parsers. Okay, so we have all the stuff for individual notes. I guess we don't handle that. Yeah, okay. So in here we call note parser, note line parser somewhere down here. There. Okay, let's go find that thing again. Actually, I know to make note line parser. Yeah, there we go. All right. So we said a line consists of bar lines and this stuff and a bunch of notes. Okay. And right here, we could say you could have an optional line continuation character. So let's add a test for it. Let's find where we're doing more note parsing than anything. That's errors. Maybe that was the good place. Okay. We can check tune parsing. Okay, we can do that. Slurs are allowed, tuplets are allowed, rests are allowed, decorations, broken rhythms. Okay. Let's have one that says line continuation allowed at end of notes line. Okay, and this is check tune parsing. String will do just CDEF backslash CDEF and continuation marker. And then let's add another case with spaces in front just to make sure that we're covering that. Am I missing something? Oh, backslash, yeah. I am. Okay, CDF preceded by spaces. Okay, now this should fail. Now that we're checking our errors, I think we're better off. Okay, 2 failures. Okay, so the title, just the tune. So our note parsing failed completely. And we hopefully got some error messages. Yeah, let's improve that. And run that again. Should find. Okay, well. Maybe it's just number of errors. How would that be? 1 is not equal to 0, number of errors. Yeah, I like that enough. All right. Let's get to the code. ABC parser. Okay, so the notes match the spaces. This should be ignored, so we're going to do that. That says keep the thing on the left, which is the notes. And we're going to match a backslash. Okay. And I think that should pass. And it makes me want to add another test case. But I don't know if spaces, they didn't really mention that, did they? Line breaks in the code generate line breaks in the score suppressed by a backslash. See type setting for details. Acts as a continuation character code. Right. Okay. It's not implying there's any spaces there. Let's click it through music code. Type setting line breaks. Okay. All right, so that seems okay to me. I guess the other thing I'm a little fussed over is this the plus sign. I think we need to ignore plus lines too. Okay, so we've done this. Okay, I think we should say allow plus as an ignored information line. Okay, and then I think we can probably just add it somewhere. Okay, let's do the body one first. Okay, that should fail. Good. They really disappoint me with this. Okay. Maybe I might be happier if I just said parser.errors was the empty errors. Okay, let's run that again. Failed. We actually found these errors. Oh, huh. I think I've just made this required for all lines and everybody's going to fail. Yes, it is. Okay. Let's look for \\. Okay, this is optional. All but one should fail. That one should be about errors. It's not equal to none. Okay, found a plus. It's not equal to that. Okay, good. Tune body starts, right? So let's add plus here. And that test should pass. Okay. So make that continuation optional and allow plus as an information field. I should probably say ignored. All right, and then I think that leaves us one more test with this. We need to check our header with a plus line in there. Okay, let's add it here. I don't think I'm overloading too much. We're saying we're ignoring these lines. Okay. This should fail. Grr. Yeah. Parser, and then let's check the parser. Try the test again. Okay, and here. Okay, should all pass. Okay, allow plus information line. Okay, and finally this one after rest. Okay, so let's find the rest parsing. Notes parser test. Okay, somewhere there's a Z. Really, that's in here, huh? Right. Okay. And digits. Okay. Well, the thing is, let's see how that matches on the notes. Note parser. Okay. Match that note parser. Match spaces. Okay, so I think the note parser must parse the rhythm. Oh yeah. Okay, so here's digits. Digits or, well, I don't know. I think it's similar enough. Make determination. Oh, that's a function that deals with it. Okay, and it ignores it. Good. All right, so it either matches slash digits or it matches digits, optionally slash digits. Okay, so let's put a test. So we find rest in here. Rests are allowed. Okay. Z slash X slash, that's the two rests. We'll put a real letter in there. A X slash. Okay. Should just be A. We're ignoring the rests. And slash duration. And then similarly, we can have a numeric value after it. Slash duration with following digits. Okay, just make sure multiple digits are allowed. And this, we can have multiple slashes. Okay. This should fail. Good. Yeah, contents are bad. Error messages, unexpected characters found /2 and /A. Yeah, didn't like any of that. Okay. All right, so in the parser, where's your X? Rest parser can be followed by digits. Well, it can also be followed by how do I want to say this? Well, it can be followed by digits. It can be followed by can optionally be followed by slashes, one or more. which are optionally followed by which are followed by 0 or more digits. Okay, so you have a rest. Somebody's going to complain about something in a minute here. Okay, so the type of this is, it's a character followed by optional characters, followed by optional characters, and more characters. Okay. Now, why is nobody complaining? What's the type of rest parser? Rest parser. Oh, it ignores it. Okay, so even though it's a complicated type, we're not paying attention to the contents. Again, in the future, that will probably not hold, but I think that should work for this test case. What do I know? Okay. ABC parser tests. Unexpected count found /2, line 4, column 2. Well, I assume that's line 4. That's a column. Oh, the digits. Let's see. Have we expressed our grammar correctly? Digits and optional digits. Well, I would think that would be 0 digits. Oh, how about if I put the right slash in? Okay, let's try that again. Right, okay. And the test for this one. Okay. Rests are allowed. Let's check some variations. Z3/2 should be allowed. 32/24 should be allowed. With an F, and then okay, just make sure that case is explicit. It will work, but I just want to make it clear that it's intended to work. Okay. Handle restorations, digits, slashes, digits in various combinations. Okay, let's see our to-do. Allow that after rest. Okay, and let's take this. I'm expecting no errors now. I think we've got them all. Oops. My dragging skills are a little poor here. Okay, drag this. Actually, it's not very responsive, is it? Okay. Whew. All right, that's looking good. We can definitely see the difference. Okay. No errors. That's the big thing. Okay. Woohoo. This means we basically are parsing this whole file that we were given. There was one syntax error where she had a two instead of a D, and we fixed it in our copy, and we took out that weird byte order mark character. Um, but other than that, it's untouched, and both those she agreed were errors in her original, so we are good. Um, oh dear. Okay. Some of the lyrics are a little PG-13. Okay. Um, maybe. I guess I don't know. Designed like a Disney movie, the jokes can go over the kids' heads. Okay. It's time to assess. All right. So right now we have a report. We take this moderately sized file, 500 lines. Just a good file, not generated by us, just actual in-use file. We've parsed it completely. We've extracted out the notes that are there, the pitches of the notes anyway. We've built a report. That's all good. We want to change the report some to show different. Um, we originally were planning to cut off the song and just show the first few notes in the graph. I think we're going to instead show the whole graph and put the title lines above it. But I think it's not critical which order we do these. But I really want to do some consolidation. You hear the phrase technical debt, and there's sometimes technical debt is interpreted to mean bad code, and I think it gets a little away from what Ward Cunningham first meant by it. Was kind of like, we have things we know are true, but they're not reflected in the code, and there's this gap between the code we have and the understanding in our head about how it should be. And I think that's really the case for us here. It's music is a large domain, and there's a difference between a player that would play the music and a typesetter that would typeset it, and the analysis we're doing. They all have different perspectives on what's important, and so it makes it hard. As we're developing, we're not quite sure what's going to be important to us. For Parsons code, we just need the notes, but the next level of Parsons code is, the I kind of want to quantize things. So I want to take, instead of every possible note, I want to look at the measure maybe 4 times or 8 times and say at any given moment, what's the note? I think that's a reasonable thing to do. Um, yeah, and that's this quantized. We kind of, if a note, you could write the same song 2 different ways, like deck the halls, dun 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 dun. That first bit, you could be all fancy and trilly, dun 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 dun. Something like that with extra eighth notes in there that add some little extra tones, trills and passing tones or whatever's. Um, but the essence of the song is the same, and we'd like to recognize that. So quantizing it's a good thing, but quantizing it says you got to understand the rhythms, and we don't. So I think there's something. It's clear we have to do stuff with the understanding we'll need for quantizing is a step beyond what we are here. But these changes, I'm trying to separate out like note versus pitch. We kind of need both concepts, and I'm not quite sure what all's on a note, but I think the pitch is a thing on a note. It isn't the note, because you can write F sharp 2 ways, and from a music analysis perspective, they may be different. Okay. The one that's in the key already is sort of tonically in the key, and that's interesting. And if it's a sharp that's there, even though the key says sharp, there's something going on. It may be harmless, but we want to know about it. All right. So I think the rest of today, well, the rest of this week, I think we'll work on these refactorings and then the slight change in the report. Um, the the easier one, wrapping tune in a type. So we have this array of tune coming back. That should really be a type. Okay, like maybe tunes or something like that. Our errors should not be living on the parser. They should be attached to the tunes. You parse this bunch of tunes. Here's the errors we found doing that. Okay, and then we'll move those to the screen at some point too. Let's see. This one's another one, a little more complicated. Right now, everything becomes a note, and we just ignore the other stuff. I think maybe that is missing a level, and we should probably produce a series of musical signs. I'm not sure the right thing to call it, but I think these signs, some of them go with a note, and some of them are more about a series of notes, and then there are like the bar lines divide up the music a certain way, and you can have things that cross bar lines and all kinds of stuff going on. It's a deeper analysis to find that, and so I kind of think we should be producing that sequence of notes, and then running another step that sort of composes it into or forms it into musical entities, and then pulling out the pitches for our Parsons code should just be um, a kind of projection or a filter on that. Okay. And last, note versus pitch. Yeah, I think I've said enough there. And fix this bomb character that's in there. We just want to ignore it for what it's worth. Okay. Um, let's start with this. Okay, so ABC parser. Actually, I'm going to add to this thing. Um, just an observation. ABC parser is getting large. I think I can even just say it's getting too large. Is getting too large. Okay, and we'll do something about that someday. Soon, I hope. Okay, fine tunes produces a block of tunes. Okay, so my approach on this, I've been working with this type alias wrapping. So type alias tunes equals array of tune. Okay, I can say that. Now I can work on getting my types right. That's good. Okay, who else references array of tunes? Okay, well, that can become tunes. Anybody else? That is. Oh, wait, somebody's not happy. Oh, my tunes needs to be more public. Okay, this tunes equals that. Okay, anybody else? No. Okay, let's do a little more broad search. Okay, to do, that's fine. Parsons code report. Let's make it take tunes. Okay. Whoops. Cannot find tunes in scope. Oh, okay, I think I've got to put this thing outside of here. It's a whole new class, in effect. I mean, it's not a real class yet, but that's where we're headed. Okay, type of yep. I don't know why the build is so slow. Okay. Yep. Build. Okay, so we introduced tunes type. Okay. Now I'm curious what our client does with it is kind of the key of this. He basically iterates over it. And fetches a tune out of it, then calls map to report them. This looks a little okay. Calls map and report on a single tune. Okay, so I think we're saying well, the sorting and the mapping are kind of similar. Okay. Like what I want to do is get to the tunes. If I turn them into my class at this point, somebody's going to break because I don't act as a sequence, I guess. Okay, and I got to look this stuff up, unfortunately, but make a sequence. I think I want to make sure this is what the sorting is on. Conforming to the sequence protocol. Okay. Foreign. Add a make iterator method. If your type acts as its own iterator, I don't think I need to do that. Okay, so sequence conformant, add make iterator. Okay, so I guess we just need that. Okay, return an iterator over the sequence. All right, let's see if sorting is in here. Map is sort. Okay. Sorted by comparator. Okay. So if my type is a sequence, then I'm okay. All right, so let's try that. Let's make, and I'll do it up here for now, but we'll pull it out soon enough. Okay, so let's instead make a public class tunes is a sequence, and that means it needs a make iterator. Are you going to offer to do that for me? No. Okay. Where's make iterator? Function make iterator returns self.iterator. Okay. Return. Well, I'm going to have to hold it. Okay. Var tunes is the array of tune. And I'm going to return tunes.make iterator. Okay. Now. Oh, I have to say something else. Oh, maybe it's just this. I don't know if I can do it this way. No initializer. Okay, I can make this empty to start. Tunes does not conform. Do I want to add stubs? Sure. Type alias iterator equals. Okay. Can I say array? Okay. Okay, that's good. This isn't complaining. We got a little bit of complaints in our parser. Here. Okay, let's just take this out because we defaulted that way. And tune. Oh, tunes needs an append method. Okay, I can do that. Okay, so I think that'll give us what we need there. Result.last. Result. What's result? Is a tunes. Okay. I think we can add title. I guess we're kind of implicitly doing this, right? So let's make this kind of the body, and we're going to say result.add title, and that'll say implicitly add it to the result that's there. What else do we have? Result.add title. One more syntax error. Result.set key. No, it takes some argument key. It must be a key of type key. Okay, we're going to find one more. Result.set key. Okay, and something for the notes. No. Set key. Somebody's got to do something with those notes. There we go. Add notes. Okay. I don't know what we have for a type here. Is this just notes? Let's find add note. Notes type is notes. Okay. What else we got? Lines dot for each. Result. Let's see what this other problem is first. Variable result used before initialization. Result equals tunes empty. Okay. Let's see how everybody does. Tests, huh? Okay. Result.count has no subscripts. Count subscripts, count subscripts. I don't think it's unreasonable to ask. I got a young guest for the next 5 or 10 minutes here. Okay, so we need count. Okay, and that's clearly tunes.count. And then another function. Do you write subscript? I can't remember how to write a subscript. Okay, let's find the word subscript. Index collection. Subscript. Oh, it's not func, it's just subscript. And it yields a tune, and the value is tune subindex. Okay. This returns an int. Okay. Blank to forward auto closure parameter. What does that mean? Oh, okay. Oh, I should take that off then. Public count of int is tunes.count. Okay, let's make sure this builds. No, it does not. Oh, public var. Count. Let's build. Good, and test. All right, I found myself holding my breath, but let's see. So add tunes class to encapsulate tune. All right, let's pull this thing out to its own file. And that's clearly domain. Tunes.swift. And there we go. Make sure everybody's still happy. Oh, I gotta tell what package. And that should be okay. Still build. Well, I guess that's true enough. There it is. We're not changing our pointer to tunes. We're holding the same result, but we're changing that result. Sort of const pointer versus pointer to const kind of thing. Okay, so extract tunes to separate file, refactor, var to let. Okay, so we've done the first half of this. All right. Let's see, anything else we have to do for that? I think we're okay. The only funny thing, I got a twinge about this tunes.last all the time, adding things. It's like, if you just did that first, maybe we should say, I don't know. It's kind of like asking subscript sub-zero. Like, if you do it, you kind of deserve it if you didn't look at the count. Let me move the count up. About here. Okay. Yeah, it's sort of the same deal as that. Like, do I really want to do something? If you try and add a title before you've added a tune, it's going to complain. But I think I will let that be. Okay. And then I'll just take a quick look at the next thing is the parser. Right now, parser owns the errors. And I would like to get that out of its hands. Where's the errors? Yeah, this thing. Let's see the usages. Right, and I think over here, result, let's rename that to tunes. Okay, and I think we have access to the tunes here, so we could put them in the tunes as well as we could the parser itself. All right, so We'll pick up there tomorrow. So this week's a short week for me, and I'm off next week and part of the following week. So I'll be here tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but not Thursday like I usually am. Anyway, the next time is 1 to 3:30 Eastern Time, and that's 6 to 8:30 p.m. UTC. We will pick up with this, moving these errors over. So we've not just encapsulated this array, we've already got somewhere that's we feel should own the more information about it. And I think saying, here's your block of tunes. There were errors associated with what you gave me, but this is what I have. That feels right to me. Okay, and leaves our parser more state free, which I think is a good thing, and it keeps the errors with the tunes, which I also think is a good thing. All right, thanks for joining. Hope I catch you again in the future, and have a good evening. Bye bye.